Welcome to episode 15 of Webway Radio. I'm Kurt.
I'm Mark.
And today we are going to talk about Heresy Book Club Part 2. We're going to cover books
5 through 8, Fulgrim, Descent of Angels, Legion, and Battle for the Abyss.
Yeah, thank you for picking that up because I closed that page right as we started back, so...
All good?
I could remember Legion, but it wasn't the first or the last.
No, it was not.
Thank you, sir. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about some Heresy books.
Yeah.
I bought a new toy.
You did.
And started another project.
You have a lot of those. We have a lot of those, but you have a lot of those.
Well, two projects, really, if you count the Halloween project, plus we'll call it Project Repaint.
Sure.
Pointy ears. And
Pointy hooks.
Yeah, hooks and pointy ears. I'm happy with them, but at the same time, it's just like, why have I done this to myself?
You did it while I was gone.
I know. I one weekend without you, Mark, and I just start repainting armies. Don't leave. Just in case you do hear a cough or a cough drop, or at some point, like we started talking and the dogs just decided to get up and run around and chase tails and fight with each other. So I don't know how much is going to come through. I apologize. I've been sick the last few days. Now I got a sick kid. So I was chewing on a cough drop, and like halfway through, I was like, I bet this is coming through the whole time. So I'll try to filter out what I can. But in case you hear like sucking, apologies. But with that being said, let's just take a little break, and we will come right back with some hobby progress and game played.
See you then.
All right. All right, so let's jump into hobby progress.
Oh boy.
Mark, what have you been working on?
Not enough. I have been on the road and such.
It always feels like it's never enough, especially when we have like the accountability of talking about it, not just like, yeah, I worked on stuff and hiding it. I did a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, like I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Not a lot for me. Built some proxies for Heroscape because especially in like the previous, not edition, but like the original units, there's a lot of historical and fantasy units. So it's kind of, oh, look, here's a model range of samurai figures. I can just build all the different weapon options for samurai I need. Oh, here's old world. I think I actually bought a legitimate Warhammer Fantasy box.
Oh, wow.
Of Glade Guard.
Oh, I loved those back in the day. You were just dying to play fantasy, and you're subtly making yourself buy things.
That was why I didn't put it in the chat. I was like, I don't want to start another fantasy.
I fought that demon once already this year. I can't do it again. I'm a weak man, Mark, as you can tell.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put those on the bases and use those. Same kind of thing I did for the Death Corps of Krieg.
Okay, yeah.
Although these are a bit more one-to-one, it's like there are generic, I think they're called like Aubrian archers or something. It's like elf archers and cloaks. So I bought cool-looking elf archers and cloaks. And it's like I got some, I forget what they were called. They were super cheap resin models of knights in cloaks and stuff. Like very...
generic kind of fantasy stuff.
Yeah, they had a little bit of like kind of rib cage armor and stuff. But I'm going to paint them like ghosts because there's a unit that's Phantom Knights.
Okay.
So
cool.
Dudes in cloaks, they'll be all like glowy green and stuff. Yeah. It's just that pretty much. Like I said, I haven't actually had time to build too many of them, but I have a little pile starting on my desk. Still have lots of Marines staring at me.
Don't we all?
Many Marines, apparently.
Yeah. Well, anything else? Is it my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
Oh man. So there were some rumors on the internet that Drukhari was imminent last week. Well, rumors turned out to be true because we got to see Lady Melise, a.k.a. Shadowheart.
Ooh, isn't that your character for your subfaction?
Yes.
Ooh, that's nice.
I just hope we have a cool rule that actually has poison that doesn't suck, but that's neither here nor there. But the rumors basically got me super excited about Drukhari, of all things, for the first time in almost 2.5 years, might I say.
You haven't been forgotten. Isn't it nice?
I mean, we're not getting squatted. this edition. We might get a codex like Guard last edition, and then it ended in 3 months. But hey,
you get to play with them for at least 30 minutes before the next edition rolls around.
Can't wait. I'm hoping the edition is just a 10.5 and not a full like raw, reset.
Have they ever done that?
Yes.
Okay.
Usually 7th was a fix of 6th, 8th was a reboot, 9th was a fix of 8th.
Okay.
10th was a whole new thing.
That explains why when I was playing 9th, I had 8th edition supplements for Imperial Fist.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
With that being said, I drug out all of my Drukhari boats.
Oh.
And I painted over them to my wife's great, no.
I was honestly pretty shocked when I saw the pictures.
I experimented with a Turbo Dork color shift paint called Ice to Never that I found. Okay. And it is a beautiful teal to a very dark purple, which was kind of my scheme anyways.
Yeah.
And I had one Venom that was just primed black.
Oh.
And I thought to myself, let's see what it looks like.
Yeah.
And even from here, it looks awesome. It is, like I said, teal to purple color shift. And I love it.
Honestly,
I loved it so much. I painted 8 Raider/Ravagers black so I could start painting Ice to Never on them too.
wow. The shaping of those vehicles in particular really looks good. Like, I don't know if Marines...
They look so much better in person.
Yeah.
They have just a whole vibe to them that it's hard to explain.
Well, just you get to see a lot of the color shift because there's so many curves and just different angles and
it's
shapes
not flat,
all over it.
And there's like panels on them
Yeah.
that I'm actually going to try to do like an oil wash in those panels.
Oh, on top.
Because it's like separated into panels every like inch or so. So and maybe break up some of the color shift a little bit. Maybe
That'd be cool.
I don't know, we'll see how it looks. Try it on something to see what happens. But yeah, so that's in progress. I've got 2 or 3 layers down on the boats. It's still very dark, as you can see. You can see the difference between the Venom that's done and the rest.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they need 2 or 3 more layers to really brighten it up because they're very dark right now. And I swear my dogs did not get up at all until we started talking, and they were like, "It's time to be active and shake and scratch."
Yeah, they heard you talking. Follow-up question then, if you're repainting your boats, is it just the boats that are getting repainted?
Just the boats. I'm still keeping Poison Tongue teal. I really like the way the jet bikes look. Although I'd love for them to be a little shiny in places. I think I'm going to leave those as because they're just black with like the lightning bolt looking things on them.
Okay.
And the bronze color. So
does that mean your other Venom?
I'll probably respray those too, but I didn't want to respray a lot all at once.
Right. Make bite-sized pieces instead of doing it all at once.
And with redoing the boats, I'm probably going to paint up the models that go on them for once instead of just having empty boats.
Oh, yeah.
And have like the dudes hanging off with the guns and the spears.
Oh, that's cool.
And
I forgot.
Yeah, everybody does because nobody puts them on because they break off. Oh. But if I could find a way to maybe magnetize them, maybe.
Just have them on there. I mean, hey, that'd be cool. Will they get painted in the same style as the other ones?
Probably. Okay. Yeah, because I bought like 4 bottles of that paint because...
Oh, so you're sitting on it then.
It was P3 paint that got discontinued with the War Machine stuff. And then now it's back again.
But when it was discontinued, you got what you could.
Yeah. I think we were at Adepticon in 2022, and there was a vendor that had it like on sale. I was like, I need 4 of those.
Yeah.
So I've got 4 or 5 pots of it just ready to go. And of course, I haven't used one, just like my Corvus Black, like 12 pots of that from Forge World. I've got it if I need it.
Did Corvus Black ever get a new?
It did, but it's an air paint now. Okay. It's not the same.
Just air? Why?
I don't run Games Workshop.
That's weird.
Just the peon, man.
Interesting.
And I've done a little bit of work, not normal hobby progress.
I can see that.
as I think I talked about, I've been printing Mandalorian suits of armor for my children for Halloween.
They look very cool.
Well, a couple of them were Prime, some of them weren't, whatever. And me and the kids went Tuesday to Walmart. Monday? We went one night to Walmart. And I let them pick out their colors. Because like, all right, kids, here's the like 500 spray paint bottles. Like, pick what you like.
Yeah.
Pick 2 colors. And my daughter picked copper and yellow, which I think,
that'll be really cool.
I'm so excited. The copper is
all
beautiful.
Yellow.
And my son wants like a camo green and black.
Ooh.
It's like, I can handle that.
Yeah.
Like, black is easy. Done. Apple barrel for the win.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I've been working on that, and most of my time printing right now is just armor pieces for them. As soon as we're done here, I got to hit print on both printers and let them work all night so I can prime and do more tomorrow. So
I mean, hey, we have the weather for it finally.
it has been beautiful too, and I've done a lot of stuff outside, which is why my allergies are all jacked up. And you'll probably hear me cough at some point during this, so just FYI.
I came back and instantly got slapped with the
feel it.
allergies. Yeah, it was like getting hit with a wave.
Gone for like 4 days. Like, oh my gosh.
and come back. Oh,
And I'm back in Tennessee. But yeah, that's it for hobby progress for me. The desks are just covered in like Star Wars parts and just miscellaneous things. So I think that's it for my hobby progress. I played a game against Austin last weekend. Ooh. I didn't do a lot of playing. It might have been some of the worst dice I've ever had.
really?
Like,
worse than usual.
worst. Even he was like, I'm so sorry. It was bad. Steve was here.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, you gotta get better. You gotta get better.
You know it's bad when your opponent is apologizing to you.
And I tried the Genestealer Neophyte bomb list with like 60 Neophytes. I really wanted to run 80, but I did not have the models. And it was so frustrating because I was setting out the things as he got here. I was like, I'm missing like 15 dudes.
Oh.
And I went and got like Drukhari proxies and all the units were correct. And then I look on my paint desk and there's all the guys I was missing. I was like, are you kidding me? So I put them over there to start painting them.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. So then I put the Drukhari up and put those guys out. Yeah, it was a whole thing. It's fine. But it was, and by turn 3, I was like, dude, you killed everything. I can't.
Yeah.
I might have, I can bring units back, but at this point, like, you have so much table control and heavy intercessors that were just like, and you're dead, and you're dead, and you're dead.
You
And I
mentioned
just,
that he brought a brick of 10.
it was a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
I was like, they're going to leave your objective, right? He's like, nope.
They don't need to. They just shoot across the table.
I will say the list was designed to do the current secondaries, whatever it's called now.
It does kind of change the internal
Sure.
balance a little bit.
Yeah, and of course, I kind of, I don't want to say it was net listing, but there's a list I liked that I tweaked to what I wanted to bring.
Yeah.
I did like that the list, instead of running the mining lasers on the Ridge Runners, it had mortars.
I didn't even know they could have mortars. Interesting.
So it's blast, it's indirect, it's all the things, but all I have to do is hit you for the extra AP.
Okay.
And so the strategy is basically like get behind cover, keep those holding the objectives, and let everything else do your thing. And they're still just bombarding everything.
Yeah.
But I lost a lot of my anti-tank. Now, I had it in the Neophyte bricks, but they're hitting on 5s, not 3s. And so I was like, all right, cool, I get 4 shots, not 5s. Oh, cool, I guess. And they had sustain, they had lethal, they had all the things, and crit 5s, and it just, I couldn't roll above a 3 to save my life. It was so bad. So after 3, I think I was like, all right, I think we're good here, and we shook hands. And he was apologetic, but we hung out for a little bit. It was fine. It was
fun to hang out, even when the dice have decided that you're done for the day.
It was so bad. And then, of course, about the time we were wrapping up, Jordan was pulling in with the camper. And, she doesn't like pressure. She didn't like anybody to watch her. Of course, the neighbors were across the street watching her, and the house down the road was watching her. And then both those guys were in the driveway watching. And she nailed it the first time. Wow. I was just like, nice. Like, the pressure, got to her or something. But she nailed it.
Just focused.
That's so proud of her. Yeah, and determined. I'm sure her tongue was like sticking out the side of her mouth the whole time, because that's her serious face. I love it.
Got to do what you got to do, right?
Exactly. And I assume you didn't play any games with your well-traveled self?
I played Uno.
I don't think that's...
I don't know.
Yeah, we're not. It was Warhammer adjacent.
Played more Heroscape.
Okay,
cool. I think we covered that last time. I'm sure.
We talked about it because I was like, I want a demo. And I forgot I said, I want a demo until I listened back editing. So... Yeah, I still kind of want to check it out, but at the same time, I know me, and
that's why I haven't mentioned it as much. It's just like playing with some.
You have enough for like 6 people. It's fine. It's fine. But I did see Heroscape at a local game store. It is. Well, I say local. It's Huntsville.
It's so surreal, man.
I was checking out the boxes and was like, oh.
It is surreal because my memory. It's like Bionicle. It's like you would go to Toys R Us or Walmart, and it would be
everywhere.
Just this. Yeah. And
the whole aisle would be Bionicle.
Yes.
And they killed that whole line. It just, it hurts my soul.
But just like going to the store last year when I went to Orange Beach, Alabama, I saw like a I had to think where that was.
Sorry,
At.
I was like, why is that important? I was like, oh, because that's not Orange Beach.
Yeah.
Very different Orange Beach.
Oh, is it?
I would assume it's not California.
Oh,
so.
sure. Yes. Alabama. Yes. But they had like a display of just like the tiles out, dude. Seeing the tiles out and everything. I mean, I didn't do anything at the time, but yeah, one of my buddies just asked me the other week. He's like, "Hey, you want to come over and like play Heroscape?" I was like, "You know what? Why not?" It's very fun. Beer and pretzels, or just
awesome.
like chips and dip and rolling dice. My dice are awful. It's fine.
Well, that's look.
It's a given.
This should just be like Awful Dice or something.
yes,
if I didn't have such a cool name and logo, but I just thought of something. Purchases count, and when you got here, my latest purchase was folded out.
Oh yes,
I bought the Firmer Terra Alpha game table. $375. A little steep, but my wife immediately started justifying it for me. I was like, okay, all right,
well, that helps. If she's on your side,
she talked me into this table, which I was like, that's a lot. She's like, yeah, but it's big and it's going to be used for years. And I guess I've gotten my like cost per year. Like it's paid. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And I'm sure I'm going to have it forever. It's 4 foot by 6 foot. It folds into 4 things.
1 foot by 4 foot slices.
Yes. Yeah. I was trying to do math in my head, but I've had
I failed
crazy
it to 1 foot by.
Is it? It looks like, I don't know. I'm not going to, maybe 18 inches.
Yes.
Got
6
it.
inches more. It's fine.
It's fine. And it's like 25 pounds. And I can throw this thing in the back of my car and take it to a friend's house.
The portability is
And that's
nice.
that's why we got it. We had 2 of the big wooden, like 6 foot by 30 inch tables that weigh 80 pounds each, and you can't transport it without a truck.
I say you're probably not fitting that in your back seat.
I
just
have,
guessing.
and I will, but the hatch won't go down. So then you have to tie it and
That?
strap it. No.
Okay.
The long like yard sale looking tables,
yeah,
like
yeah.
church tables. I think.
Yeah. I thought you meant the giant wooden thing.
That's like a 600-pound table. That
I was gonna
it can be moved a little bit in the directions, and when I get the second one, that one goes there and here. But
Yeah.
Either way, yeah. And I'm hoping I need to go bug him because I haven't seen him in like a month because I've been super busy at work and just be like, hey. But the guy that built this 4x4, an incredible coffee table for his son as a wedding gift. I mean, this thing looks like something you'd spend like 10 grand on a custom wood shop.
Wow.
Like it is. I was like, oh, that's what you've been working on. Like, I get it now, you know?
Yeah.
So soon, I hope.
TM.
And actually, Austin was here. This is what we talked about. He said something about somehow Necromunda came up.
Okay.
And he was like, well, what is it? Like, huh? And I was like, well, look, here's every box they've ever put out. And kind of showed him the rule book and all that. And he's like, that's kind of neat. I was like, it's kind of neat. Like, I'd love to actually play more than like a game sometime. But I got some cool ideas on that.
Oh.
Which we can talk about later. Yeah, let's wrap this up and jump into our main segment, which is going to be, I believe, Heresy Book Club.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Yes.
Books 5 through 8.
Yes.
I'm excited.
I am too.
I'm going to learn. Because you listened to one of my favorite books, top 5 books. And I can't wait to get some real hot takes on the Alpha Legion.
That will be interesting. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So we'll be back in just a few.
See you then.
All right. We are back.
We're back.
And we're going to talk some heresy books today.
Oh boy. Starting, I guess, with book 5, because I believe we left off with 4 last time.
Yes.
Which was Eisenstein. Fight at the
Flight
Eisensteins.
of the Eisensteins.
Yeah. So Fulgrim, book 5.
So before you get started,
Yes.
has this changed your opinion of the Emperor's Children?
No. Maybe a little bit. No.
Okay.
Mostly.
Okay. Just had to ask. now this. Now, Carrie, we'll let you lead here.
Oh, no. No, you go ahead.
This covers more of the drop site
Yes.
massacre. Okay.
It covers the drop site massacre period.
Yeah. That's right,
previously,
because they didn't
It was Isfan
cover-
3 and the other one.
yeah.
So actually, that part was very cool.
I liked it.
That was my favorite part of the whole book was the drop site massacre.
All the people dying.
yeah. It's Warhammer, man. That's what I'm here for.
Yes.
Do they cover the drop site in other books? Surely they do.
Some of the Raven Guard, Raven Guard got ignored, like, the emo children that they are for the most part. They got like 2.5 or 3 books.
On brand. Then.
One of them is an anthology that follows a couple of dudes that survived, and it's them like just trying to take out as many heretics as they can while they're just trying to survive. And then Korax like steals a Thunderhawk and rescues as many dudes.
That's cool.
And I think Vulcan. And so it's like the Vulcan Korax like buddy cop thing.
That's
killing.
cool.
Yeah. So there's a couple things, but like it's not a lot.
That was...
I think there's a whole anthology book on like Black Shields and different stories that kind of happen.
Oh, because they would become the Black Shields after they got like decimated pretty much.
Yeah, they just be like, we're our own thing now.
I guess worse than decimated. Inverse decimated.
Yes. I don't know what that is.
Decimated is like 1 in every 10. So they lost like 90% of their guys.
Something, down to like 12,000 dudes at one point.
Not a lot.
And that's only the guys that couldn't make it there, like almost killed to a man. It's insane.
Yeah, the way it described it, there was not a lot of people making it off that ship. But yeah, Fulgrim covers like the Emperor's Children's fall. It starts off with like them invading, I think, the lair, which were like a weird bug serpentine alien race that have a lot of sound based things. There's like a psychic kind of like wailing that's taking place during the whole battle and stuff.
I love it.
Yeah, it was super neat, actually. There was a couple characters, and I cannot now remember for the life of me his name. Begins with an L, I think. Well, Lucius and him fight later. But yeah, it didn't improve my opinion of Lucius. Lucius still sucks.
Lycaon?
Yes. That sounds right.
So
Eidolon still
I'm
sucks.
from Franklin County.
Lucius
I cannot spell or pronounce. Like, that is just not something we are proficient with.
Well, since it's an audiobook,
isn't that great?
Yeah.
Because, like, when I read, I'll see a word and be like, his name's John. Yep. And every time I see like, hey on, it'll be like, John did this, John did this, John did this.
Really?
And that's why I struggle with names and characters. And like in Andor, I had no idea who people were in season 2. Like, that's the one guy. And my wife's like, so-and-so? I was like, no, what about Bix? Like, nope. What about? It's like, nope. It's like the guy with the hair and the thing. And
I'm more of a visual person for like, I'll know someone's face a lot sooner than I'll know their name.
Exactly.
In this, it's weird though, because it's like, I don't know how their names are spelled.
Has he started calling it Abaddon or Abaddon yet? Have they switched it?
It's just been Abaddon thus far, but he only showed up in the first 3.
I think it's either T-Sons or the Wolf's book. The guy says it Abaddon, and then now Games Workshop's like, it's definitely Abaddon.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They did a video about it at one point on like, what's the pronunciation?
I saw that.
It up. Yeah,
I saw that, and then I saw the so cheeky. They put lieutenant in there. It was lieutenant. I was like, you guys.
You're just being silly.
I know. It was funny. It was, they put Tyrannid in there, though. I have legitimately seen some people call it Tyrannid, and I wanted to die.
Yeah.
It's fine. I guess my critiques, in particular, and I kind of had the exact same problem I forgot who wrote this one.
Graham McNeil.
I
was looking that up as you said it.
I had the exact same problem I did with Graham McNeil's first book for the Heresy, which was False Gods.
Okay.
You make someone who is supposed to be the pinnacle of awesomeness and a really good guy turn to just the worst.
Not cool.
In like 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. They're clearing out the lair and stuff, and then they come on this like temple. And it is very Slaneshi. It is very obvious. That's what it is. And now I see where all the memes for how Slanesh works. I see where those came from. If this book was the only thing I knew, that would be what I took from it. So with that in mind, you go into this temple. And what's wild to me is that Lucius in a previous book got chastised for picking up an enemy's weapon mid-fight. Like, to save himself. And then Fulgrim, and it's not from Fulgrim's perspective, it's from one of his captains.
Oh.
And you just see him pick up the sword. It's like, I need more justification for that. Like, I know.
Just did the, like.
So, I'm okay with the events.
Sure. I
would have liked, I don't know, I would say if the book didn't regularly show Fulgrim's perspective, I would understand, but it shows his perspective a lot. The moment when he picks up the sword, it's not from his perspective. I feel like you need some justification on why a Primarch would pick up an obviously corrupted weapon.
Yeah.
As kind of just a couple lines. Give me a couple lines on kind of dial up like how it's kind of like the One Ring or whatever. Like it's just you have to have it. It's just like beckoning to you or whatever. And then that combined with the fact that when he picks up the sword, suddenly he starts hearing a voice in his head and he doesn't seem to...
This is fine.
Yeah. It's like, this is fine. It's like, are you dense? Like, and what's crazy is it seems like he has his head screwed on straight for a decent decent portion of the book. Just he's reasonably suspicious of other things.
Now, how far in the past was this?
It was...
It's a couple years before the heresy, or...
I think it was like during.
Okay.
It was the start because it led directly into the drop site massacre. So it's like final hours before he falls. Maybe at most a year. I don't think there was a time skip. But it was like, yeah, man, you're supposed to be smart, but you just picked up the thing that you're not supposed to pick up. And then, you know, and I get it. Like that's Slaaneish's whole thing is being like, you know, overwhelmingly appealing.
Sure.
But it's like, I'm okay with that. Just tell me that a little bit more.
Yeah, give you a little something.
Yeah. Which I will say, seeing the Eldar show up was really cool, actually. And just hearing them describe, because like we'd seen...
When did they show up? Because I don't remember that part.
They showed up at about the halfway point.
Visions of Treachery, I guess. Yep, Eldrad.
Yeah. Huh. Eldrad shows up and basically he sits down to lunch with Fulgrim and the Marines to try and convince him and basically tells him Horus is actively betraying the Emperor right now. And because that was when Horus was on like his deathbed or whatever before he got brought back. And he's saying he's already tainted by chaos. Like you guys need to take this seriously because you're going to doom all of humanity to like damnation for the rest of the setting. But yeah, him showing up and stuff, and Fulgrim ends up fighting a Avatar of Cain with his bare hands.
Yep.
Which was wild.
Yep.
And it was like, man, it almost makes me like Fulgrim for about half of it.
Sure.
And then it's also like you're dumb. You're really dumb.
It's like watching the horror movie and like, he's right there.
And yeah, it's like you're supposed to be the pinnacle of perfection and you pick up the evil sword. But... yeah. Drop Site Massacre was cool. The one Emperor's Children Legionary that got any amount of screen time that I liked. I believe he was decapitated by Lucius. That was sad.
Oh,
he was the guy I was trying to remember his name before.
Yeah.
I forget his name. He died.
Poor way. Look, you're gonna have a lot of death in this series,
that was why I was like, man, there's so many.
It's kind of a theme.
Yes. I honestly, I do really like it though. Just that. Barring Primarchs, and I mean, in this book, Ferrus Manus dies too. So,
well, yeah.
But
spoilers.
Characters are whoops. Characters are, I guess, expendable. It doesn't feel like there's a tremendous amount of plot armor, I guess,
unless you're in the current Space Marine Codex, and then you're not going anywhere.
Yes, but then it's like there's enough people around them dying that it's like, I mean, I guess captains. It is kind of wild how much better captain level characters are than like the amount of regular Marines they kill. I guess that makes sense why they lead hundreds or thousands of guys, that they would be that good. But it's also like, oh, wow, you just killed like 5 Marines just like that.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
I mean, to be elevated to captain is a big deal.
Yeah, I guess there's a tremendous amount of experience being a Space Marine veteran when they're... So that tracks. But it's kind of neat, the power scaling. But... yeah, and then you get the Drop Site Massacre. You do actually spend a decent amount of time with Ferrus Manus.
Well, look, you got to get it in while you can.
Yeah.
You know, things aren't...
Before he loses his head.
One of the anthologies is fantastic. No spoilers.
Oh, just that it has him in it, I guess.
Well, maybe.
Oh! Yeah, it's kind of like Fulgrim, the book, reinforced that I don't like Fulgrim. Reinforced that I don't like Eidolon. I don't like Lucius. Bile at least is fun, just because he freaks everyone else out, and he's pretty Machiavellian.
He's crazy.
Like, oh yeah, he's fun to watch. or I guess listen to. He's interesting. But yeah, not my favorite. I thought the pacing was a little drug in a few places, and it's like I don't need to know the choice of. I will say one other thing before closing thoughts on this one. I did really like how they described it almost like in a Lovecraftian manner. Just that there were a lot of things like colors and sounds that are just so beyond description that it's like breaking the person's brain as they're trying to conceptualize it.
Yeah.
Which I probably would have assumed or associated with Tzeentch before, but like Khorne doesn't really do that. Nurgle doesn't really do that. But then hearing Slaanesh, it's like just artists driven mad trying to create a color that they
Now, did this one follow some of the artists on the ship?
Yes.
Okay. And that poor girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone was like, I'm good. I didn't need to know. It's fine. But
It's a great color.
yeah, it's fine.
She kills the guy to get his blood or something, or I don't.
That's the PG version of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would say it's excessive in some areas, but I guess that's rather on brand.
The book didn't help me understand Slaanesh a little better.
Yes.
I thought.
Yeah.
For all its flaws.
Yes. Yeah. So not my favorite. Probably my least favorite of the ones. Definitely my least favorite of the 8 that I have listened to thus far.
Wow. Okay.
But didn't hate it. Just it was a bit of a slog to get through certain places.
I understand that.
Moving on to book 6, Descent of Angels.
Which early on, this was one of my favorites. Just because of not necessarily being a heresy book, but the background that it paints.
It was so cool. You're telling me like off mic that is kind of one of the more love it or hate it. I loved it. Honestly,
I was the same way. It made me almost go Dark Angels instead of Space Wolf.
It's really cool. It follows. So it's 2/3 of the book is. It's almost just Warhammer Fantasy, not Warhammer.
It's pretty
40K.
imperial.
Yeah. Which is so cool too, because every other time they've like had the crusade to like reunite humanity, we've seen it from the perspective of the side that knows what's going on.
Yes.
And this is like 2/3 of a book telling you what all these planets are like.
Yeah, it's like a medieval planet.
Yeah, a medieval
one day,
planet.
like there's a ship in the sky. Like, what the heck is that?
And it's cool because it's not just medieval though. Like they're knights, but they have primitive power armor,
Archeo pistols.
Yeah, and like primitive bolt pistols and stuff. And I think almost like power weapons, kind of.
Yeah.
But it's like that's so cool. And you find out, obviously very knight inspired Dark Angels, but I didn't know that their Raven Wing, which was the I guess the
biker
bikes.
dudes?
Yeah. I didn't know that had any significance. Come to find out, that's
For the knights.
that is an extension of like a special detachment of knights that rode black horses. And I was like, that is so cool.
Like it paints it in such a way. Like, I don't know. And they're hunting like these crazy, almost monster hunter-esque beasts.
Yeah, they're the great beasts, which it's initially very heavily inferred and then later confirmed that they're like chaos tainted or just chaos like warp entities or something. It's like these are just not normal things, but they're the planet's like a forest, pretty much. It's a very dark, deep forest.
The dark fantasy forest. Yeah.
And so like the knights are going to like hunt and fight these beasts, and Lionel Johnson, the Primarch, is like on the planet, and he's leading the entire planet on like a crusade against the dark beasts or the great beasts too.
Yeah.
So cool. So
and there's
cool.
the one holdout like civilization or whatever that uses the beast and does the things. They have to be purged and
really cool.
The whole battle there.
Yes, that was cool.
There
was a dissenting faction of knights that fought back. And I think the reasoning was basically, if we kill all the great beasts, we don't have a reason to be who we are anymore, which is a incredible parallel to the heresy, just like the Marines turning on the Emperor, just like, we're not going to have a purpose and we're going to be discarded.
Sure.
It's like, so this is a common
Who would have thought
thread.
These books got so deep?
I know.
And for the record, written by Mitchell Scanyon?
I really liked it.
I don't think he did any other heresy books.
Aw. I was going to say, I look forward to everything else he writes, and apparently that might be it. Ugh.
About that. Now, he's done a lot of Warhammer books. Yeah, that was his only Heresy book.
Oh,
He did 2
man.
Guard books, a Warhammer crime book, and a bunch of short stories. Some in the anthology.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
Darn. But yeah, no, I really liked it. And then you see the Imperium arrive. And it's cool because, like, they have this kind of somewhat vague description of, like, a prophecy of, like, when they'd be reunited, there'd be, like, angels descending on wings of fire or whatever. And then it describes it, and it's Space Marines in jump packs, landing
Drop
and
pods
stuff. Yeah. And then all the people on the planet are like, oh, this is it. And it's really cool. And then that's where they get their name, too, is the Dark Angels, because it's like that. It's such a fun extension, because other legions, you're kind of told, hey, we get a lot of our characteristics from the planet we're from. This, you see the direct one-to-one correlations, and it gives
And that's part of why I liked it. Is
so
you got to
cool.
like feel how it all worked, and hear about the Order and all this history on Caliban or the Rock, and like I don't know, like
it was really cool.
full of lore.
And it was hilarious that kind of the Order's whole thing is we're not, I guess there were some secrets, but it's like we have to be open and honest.
Except that one guy who has all the secrets.
Yes. Oh, man. But yeah.
At the end of the book, you know, they all get to, it shows the cousins, Zahariel and his...
Nemiel.
Yes. Becoming Space Marines and training together, and kind of follows them.
Yeah.
And they go on the crusade. One goes on the crusade, one doesn't. Right? Or do they both go?
They both go.
Okay. Yeah,
they're actually, and they end up on a planet. It showed some white scars, actually.
I was going to say, yeah.
They pick up from the white scars.
So the White Scar warns them not to trust the guy.
Yeah, because basically there's a time skip of, I don't know how long.
Yeah, it's enough to become Space Marines and all the things.
But basically this detachment of however many...
The Lion's first excursion off planet, too.
Yeah,
he's leading this thing for the first time.
Since they're new, they're basically taking over for the White Scars being like watchdogs of this world that is air quotes compliant, but they're having problems with it. They're basically there to be enforcers, and since they're a newer legion at this point, they're not being given the brunt of it yet. And so kind of as the White Scars are passing the torch to the Dark Angels, they're like, don't trust them. And come to find out that was accurate, because it's a bunch of Tzeentch cultists that are...
Shocker.
Yeah, summoning an eldritch abomination by... There's just like millions and millions of people disappearing, and there's just a river of bodies underground. It's like, that's horrifying. It's, I really liked. And then it ends, and there's like something, the Psychers are getting punished or something. Didn't give an explanation for that.
They get sent back and basically are set to training duty.
Yeah.
The book basically ends on them being sent back to the planet.
Yeah.
Caliban.
Kind of a bit of a cliffhanger. It was like, oh, that's a sudden end. So
great news. The next one's in like a book.
That is good news.
Which I was blown away that there was a sequel by a different author like 3 books later.
Yeah. Interesting. Mm-hmm. So they had that planned then. So really enjoyed that one. That was one of my favorites thus far.
And for the record, October 2007.
Whoa, almost 20 years ago. That is, wow.
And the sequel came out in 2009.
I'm late to the party.
A bit.
A little bit. It's fine.
And yeah, these books are 18 years old. Like, we're spoiling the heck out of these things. So, you know.
Go read them. Go listen to them. They've been out for a very long time.
A little bit.
Past the statute of limitations, I think. So.
We're good. Siege of Terra will have to give spoiler warnings galore. But, yeah. So, book 7? Yes.
Legion.
One of my favorites. March 2008.
Oh, wow. Alpha Legion. I now understand the I am Alpharius meme.
About time, Mark.
Yeah. I mean, I knew the gist of it, but I was like, oh, they start with that. Okay.
So, I asked this about book 5.
Yes.
Did this change your opinion of the Alpha Legion?
A little bit. Mainly
Better or worse?
because I think better. I didn't really know anything about them other than the meme.
Yeah.
And just that they're like covert and stuff. But it's more just like I didn't really have an opinion of them.
Sure.
I tend to prefer the non Chaos God Allegiant Chaos Marines. Just the
I can see that. It gets a little tiresome at times.
I will say, unrelated note, World Eaters, my opinion of them pre-turn at least has improved. They're fun.
Oh.
They're fun.
Oh, man.
I just didn't know anything about them, and the only thing I know is just them sitting over there. So
I can't wait for you to listen to their book and then Betrayer.
that will be cool.
Betrayer is probably my favorite.
I will probably like the World Eaters the most of
They're very well written. Once you kind of see and hear the tragedy.
Yeah.
And but
it seems more like a tragedy, unlike Emperor's Children. It's like, y'all just picked this. You
you didn't have to pick up the sword.
Yeah.
Like that literally caused all of this.
And then you didn't have to pick up the sword. You didn't have to put the weird alien throat. Like, you didn't have to have the surgery to have the banshee wail. Like, you picked this, right? So
yeah.
but yeah, so I'm still torn on kind of what I think of them. Not from a good or bad perspective, more just, I don't know, because they're always being deceptive, right?
Sure.
Like, because subterfuge, spying, just they are master manipulators. They basically will win wars barely being involved.
Yep.
They have plants everywhere. It's just the mind games. It's almost like a spy movie, which is really cool, actually.
And I think this book was a very different departure from the other books. From the fact that this was more like, when you meet John Grammaticus, right?
Yes. Which I didn't know his significance. It also didn't explicitly say in this book that he's a perpetual.
Oh, okay. See, I don't remember where that even becomes a thing.
It just said that he has died previously. I assumed purely artificial, like pump him full of the go juice or whatever.
Yeah. Mess him up and put him, put him in the back to tank and hope for the best.
Yeah, yeah.
No, he's lived lifetimes.
That's cool. Yeah, he's interesting. It also, I apparently have just never heard about the Cabal ever.
It was a very,
It's just so, and honestly, I really liked that because it completely took me by surprise that such a important like sub faction or just like side faction I knew nothing about. They're a player, and I don't know how much reach they have beyond Alpha Legion,
right?
Just directly interacting with them, but it's like that's really important lore wise.
Well, and I think too that they specifically reached out to the Alpha Legion, knowing
that they will be the ones that are
ability to
responsive.
pull a string.
Yeah. But yeah, just the fact that they're such an impactful like side faction, because it's like an Eldar, just a bunch of different super ancient Xenos races.
Some that you don't even...
they don't describe. It's just like a weird bug thing, like just beyond description. They have technology that breaks your brain to look at level of, but they're in the background pulling the strings, kind of like, I don't know, like the Watchers or something of, that's a bad comparison. They don't interact, but...
Well, no, but I think they pull strings in the background, kind of.
Sort of, maybe?
They certainly did, or seemed to, in the Lion book where he comes back.
Okay.
So, for what it's worth.
But yeah, so... oh, sorry. I meant Marvel.
Oh.
Watchers, where they're completely different.
It's like, wait, what?
No, the Watchers are like...
Different Watchers.
Yes,
Different
yes,
Watchers.
yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was super cool. And the different... Like I said, it was pretty much just like a spy book almost, with Marines thrown in there. I really did like it too.
And then John gets abducted by the Alpha Legion or something, and then he's just like, what is this?
He's spending like the whole book trying to get in contact, but like on his terms, with the Alpha Legion, because his job he's a spy for the Cabal, and his job is to basically bring Alpharius and Omegon before the Cabal, so they can talk to him. I know. This is getting out of hand. Dude, the plot twist where they played the Cabal at the end, that got a jaw drop for me. I was like, oh,
you're gonna get a lot of those. Twist will happen.
It was cool.
And it was neat too when they get on the ship or something early on, and they're all taking off their helmets. Like, oh my god, they're all the same person. They've all had surgery to look as close as possible to each other.
Yep.
And height, if this one was short, they gave him stuff to make him taller and stretch his leg. And if that guy was too tall, like they took bone out of his leg to make him shorter. And it's just,
It's
crazy.
It's cool. Yeah.
But they're all like little variations, and only
Yes.
he could recognize it because he had his Cabal training or something.
Yeah.
And
It was just like minute to a normal human, and but
Yeah.
he could recognize kind of you could tell like, oh, one of these Marines in the background's like tall. That ends up being, I guess, Omegon. I guess
he's like
it is.
3 inches taller or something, and it's so subtle, but he could see it.
Yeah. It's super cool. Basically, kind of just they're all. I guess that's probably where they get the Hydra motif from. Is they're all heads of the same body or whatever.
Sure,
So they don't ever really give their real name. They'll just say, "I am Alfarius."
It could get a little annoying to listen to.
I mean, it was kind of just wait for it. Like you just tilt your head a little bit, and there it is. Yep. Thanks.
I can see that being hard to read.
Maybe a little bit, yeah. But yeah, so I can see where the memes of, I thought that would come later, maybe like post betrayal or something.
No.
They start with that, and I was like,
Well, they've always been that.
yeah. So it's kind of the okay, that I see now why the meme, because this was made like almost 20 years ago, and that's the first book about them, so that will be a lot of people's impression of them. But no, it was cool.
I loved it.
The ending,
loved it.
I was impressed with, despite how mistrusting the Alpha Legion are just by concept, they did actually listen to the Cabal, at least to the point of talking to them.
Yes, and I think it came down to like, this is going to happen either way, right?
Yeah.
And basically told Alfarius, like, you have the option to join your brother and destroy the Imperium, basically, but save humanity, or destroy humanity and everybody, like,
I'm trying to remember exactly it was the Emperor dies. And, I mean, it's basically chaos wins if Horus wins, and everything will die.
Yes.
Or you're condemning the universe to 40K. So it's pick either oblivion, because Horus wins and then is so filled with shame and regret that he then turns in on himself, and all of chaos just like destroys itself and humanity is wiped out completely. Or do 40K. And evidently, but they even phrase it though that 40K is like, you will lose. It's like chaos
Everybody
will
loses.
win at the end of 40K. So it's kind of is an interesting choice. It wasn't like there's not really winning. It's either die now or die later, and they chose die later. But in order to do that, they have to help Horus. So
talk about a rock and a hard place, huh?
And it kind of ends with just like everything I do, I'm doing out of loyalty to the Emperor. And the follow-up to that is then them turning on and killing the Imperials that were like part of the fleet with them. It's but the thing is, they've lied before. So it's like, are they loyalists? Are they heretics? Are
Great
they
question mark.
And I now see why everyone's kind of like just shrugs. Like, I don't know.
We really don't.
Yeah, it's kind of, you can't really trust them, which is their whole shtick. It was cool.
Everybody has to have one, right?
Yep.
And finally, book 7?
8.
8. I can't count. I'm from Franklin County. We've established. I'm bad at math and grammar.
Battle for the Abyss.
Now, I told you I didn't like the book.
I forgot that you had told me. I remembered you telling me about a book. I didn't realize it was this book until 2/3 the way through it.
And apparently I just didn't hear the first half of the book.
It's interesting. I do have some critiques of it, but I guess conceptually,
Encounter.
don't think, has he written anything up to this point?
Well, let's click his name and find out.
As far as like in the first 8, had he done anything?
Galaxy in Flames.
Ah, okay. Galaxy in Flames I liked.
Yeah.
I had minor gripes with it.
Well,
Minor.
it's fine.
It was like, I much preferred Galaxy in Flames to
Was that
False
book 1?
Gods. Galaxy in Flames was 3.
3. Oh, okay.
Which was the entire book almost was Istvan 3.
Yeah, getting ready and prepping and all.
No, the fight. Nice. It was fun. I did like it though. I guess I say my critiques now. A little too long.
I'll give you that.
I'm okay with everything that happened, but maybe just shave a little bit of the fat. It felt like maybe there was a little bit of fat, and I don't know if this is because I listened to it in 2 days.
Yeah.
But it's basically on one side, there are word bearers that have a ship that was built in secret by the Dark Mechanicum on a moon of Saturn or Jupiter, one or the other. In order to keep it secret, it starts off with them blowing up the moon.
Oh, wow.
And everyone on it, because they have a city-sized warship that is like the biggest warship that has been made ever. And it is purpose-built to go and destroy the Ultramarines. Huh. So they're just sending it. And that's the opening of the book.
Because this is the ship that makes it to Calth.
No, it dies. It blows up.
Never mind. Wrong ship.
It almost made it to Calth.
It thought about it.
It tried. Word bearers being the goobers that they are.
I believe we call them the turd bearers.
Yes,
or at least that's what the Horse called them, and golly, it seems fitting.
Yeah, not a fan. they're fun Saturday morning villains. They're just like, you guys are so evil. It's just like, at what point did this occur to you that what you're doing was bad? It's like are we the baddies when your guy's named like the Flenser or something?
At no
like,
point. Yeah,
it's fine. Like you've crossed when you put like the but it like the second setting or the second scene after like the moon blows up, you're following like an Ultramarine captain, and he's like preparing, like he was training or whatever, and he goes to the deck, and then there's just this giant ship like right on them, and it just opens fire, and just he dies. It was just like they set up this second scene, and you think, okay, this is going to be like the protagonist.
We'll follow him now.
They all die,
and he's gone.
It was really cool. And then you go to the actual Ultramarine captain that you follow, and I hate that I've forgotten his name.
I could not.
He was so cool. I liked him a lot. Should be in the
fine.
first paragraph, but yeah. So they're at like a loading or like a space station. A small contingent of Ultramarines, small contingent of Space Wolves, small contingent of World Eaters, and one single Thousand Sun.
Huh.
And basically, I think they get hit with like the psychic backlash of either the navigators or whatever. The Ultramarine ship that was getting destroyed by this the Abyss, sent out like a distress like wail. Yeah. And it almost like blew up the space station. The feedback was so much. And so the Ultramarine kind of bands everyone together. So you have this fun little like group of misfits you have like maybe 50 Space Marines and then just a bunch of fleet assets and stuff. And they're chasing. So they show up and basically find a bunch of vaporized wreckage and then like this giant ship that they end up following, and they're trying to like contact it. Cause at this point the heresy like hasn't started.
Sure. Yeah.
So they have no reason really to assume that their own ship fired on them. And they basically get closer to try and hail them. And the Word Eaters, the Word Bearers.
New faction.
Yeah. Word Bearers open fire. And so it's just like, well, I guess we're doing this now.
Wow.
So a bunch of small little ships trying to fight against this one massive ship. And they're pulling out all the chaos stops as far as like, yeah. They're doing all the dark warp things, driving people mad and stuff. Just like there's like fighters, like just the best of the best, these incredible fighters.
Yeah.
Like fighter squadrons, and they all go mad and like kill themselves and each other, and just like completely like 100% casualty rate. And it's like, this is unheard of.
Crazy.
It was really cool. So basically the entire book is the Word Bearers, keep wanting to say World Eaters, the Word Bearers on the run trying to get to Calth, to blow up Calth. And these guys chasing him through the warp, and they have to like make a couple stops along the way. But yeah, it's interesting because like you find out a little bit more about how the warp affects like long-term warp travel. Drives people nuts, apparently. And then when you have the Word Bearers kind of dabbling in there, like,
it's only going to get worse too. Let me tell you.
I'm sure. But yeah, they're basically they've made a pact with the warp entities. So they're in particular harassing the. I have to say, I don't know if it's just the author, the way he wrote them. I hated the Space Wolves so much.
This was when they did the Space Wolves and Thousand Suns, man. It completely changed the way Space
I
Wolves.
hope so, because I wanted to like him. It was just at every single point in the World Eater's captain was more reasonable. The man with the butcher's nails in his skull was less of a pain in the butt and more cooperative. It was crazy.
Oh yeah,
it was.
I get it.
It was like, man, dude, just.
I forgot they were in the book, so that's how remarkable they were to me.
Oh man, you were following a wolf guard, and he had like a bunch of
blood claws
with him, and he's kind of like buddies with the Ultramarines captain and like his right-hand guy. But it's just like he's so miserably bent out of shape about the Thousand Sun being there. He's just whinging like the whole time. It's, man, I really want to like you. But also, like, there's a point in the book, 2 points in the book, where the only reason anyone's still alive is because of the direct intervention of this Thousand Sun, who is soloing
everything.
They're being invaded by warp entities. Everyone's getting obliterated, and this man hard carries twice.
Yeah.
And the
Space Wolf's still pissed off about something earlier that we didn't see.
No, he's like, how dare you do that? Because it's like, this gets into my personal gripe with the how dare you be a magic user, but also we're magic users.
Explained quite a bit in Thousand Suns.
I can imagine, like, I know that, and I'm fine with rivalries and stuff, and just like, it would be less annoying if you guys did not have your own unique magic system. You are just psychers. Just, you have like wolf tails on. Like,
at one point, I think Russ or the lion like smacks the other one, and they like brawl out in front of their people.
Yeah.
And so every time the legions meet, the highest ranking captains have to like fist fight in front of their people.
Fun.
And then they get done and they just like, and they shake hands and they're good.
Yeah.
But like that is a ceremonial like butt kicking every time they meet.
That's fun.
And it is kind of neat because you forget about it and it comes up again later.
Just wham.
Yeah.
That is fun. But it's like, yeah, man, they are chasing this massive ship that is going to wipe out an entire legion. You have like 10 Space Marines left. Your ship is barely holding together. People are going mad.
In the warp. Yeah.
And you want to kill the only guy who is helping you right now. It's like, man, yeah, like I said, the World Eater was more like the World Eater was almost going to start to fight. Like they almost had a brawl on like the command deck.
Jeez.
And the second in command Ultramarine just like put his hand on his Gladius and was just like, don't. And the World Eater backed down. And the Space Wolf over there is like fighting and stuff.
I'm calling shenanigans.
And apparently, like, they mentioned later in the book that the warp was like influencing and making it worse, but it's like, man, the Butcher's Nails guy has more restraint.
Yeah.
How? The Berserkers. So I think I won't say I
didn't like the book. It felt like there was a lot going on, but nothing really happened. Because of,
well, like by the end of it, everyone dies. I like that conceptually.
Sure.
I think they probably didn't need to have 3 separate instances of warp entities invading and like doing the same. And it's kind of I'm okay with all the events. You probably could have condensed this a little bit. I think there's fat.
It's flavorful, but like at the end, it's like none of those characters make it out, and nothing really happened.
But
other than like exposition for future things and explanations,
because they all died. And they did actually manage, all of them have to sacrifice themselves, basically. It's kind of fun to see all the slowly, the Marines getting dwindled and stuff. And it's like each Marine casualty matters. Because that warship was destroyed, the Ultramarines actually have a chance.
Yeah.
And they'd even acknowledged that at the end of the book. The word bearers are like, oh, so this is going to cost us a lot of guys. And that's fine. So I think it does have an impact.
Okay,
as far as like,
I don't know. I just felt like the payoff wasn't
probably not.
Yeah.
Like I said, it It was long.
And maybe it will make more sense if you were to listen to like the Betrayal of Calth or whatever the Calth book is.
Yeah.
I don't even
Yeah,
know
because
the name of it.
their plan basically was to drive the warship, I believe, up to Calth,
and
blow
pew-pew.
up Calth. Calth would rain down onto McCrag and basically nuke it with asteroids, and then they were going to drop virus bombs, and they were going to wipe out basically the entire Ultramarines Legion.
Man, that book's so good. I can't wait for you to get there.
I love honestly, I was most impressed with how much I liked the Ultramarines.
Oh boy, you are gonna love the whole Unremembered Empire stuff.
Honestly, the whole Imperium Secundus or whatever,
yeah.
that is such a cool concept. That is so cool.
It's pretty great.
Here's the thing. The Ultramarines were not just like goody two shoes though. Like he incarcerated the Thousand Sun when he showed, because at this point Psychers are completely outlawed. Do not do that.
Yeah.
He still had reservations. He put him...
Really?
Yeah, and it was kind of he threatened kind of the, if I have to, I will kill you kind of thing. But also you got to see an internal struggle of, we need this man to survive and to save our Legion, so I'm not going to try and kill him yet. It was when we get out of this, you're going to trial.
Wow.
But it was kind of okay, so he's an adult.
Interesting concept.
Yeah. But no, it was fun. It was neat.
Yeah. Well, you got some real bangers coming up. Like I told you earlier, Mechanicum, which is just incredible.
Yeah.
And that's
Very
when Knights
different.
got introduced.
Very different tonally, too. Oh, just ever?
I think that was the book that explained, like, they're at 40K now.
Oh, okay. That'll be cool.
When did that came out in 2008.
Wow.
So I think that book is what triggered the, like, wait a second, we need to make these really cool, like, we talked about these models. Now we have to, like,
Make them, yeah.
And I think I read that book after they came out. I was like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I said, maybe a little slow, but it was fun.
Now, you talked about taking a break from audiobooks in general or heresy books in general?
Audiobooks, just because it was like I grinded out over the weekend like a book and a half.
That's me when I was driving every day, man. It was either 3 hours a day in the car or like 1 8-hour trip here, there, and back, and
It's just like, oh, okay. Got that done. And then Mechanicum will be a
treat. Let me tell you
palate
that.
cleanser too, just like something different.
Because it's so cool.
Yeah. But
I was going to say, if you needed a book to quench the audiobook thing and get away from the heresy for a bit, I highly recommend Talon of Horus.
That'd be interesting. And there's a long line. Infinite and the Divine.
And see, that's on my list too, but it's like, man, when can I sit down and listen to that? But I'm afraid of what's going to happen.
Oh, Necrons.
Well, I already have them.
I was going to say, you already have them.
What? And he's got a paint scheme picked out.
Really? What's he
The
going
guys that have teal on them, I don't know. In something? Nicolo?
Nihilak.
Something. Yeah, I don't
So
again.
Trazen's Legion.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's right. But he was flipping. He was on the. He pulled up the website on his phone. He was like, "Dad, what about this model?" I was like, "Buddy, we're not getting you a Tesseract. Like that's not happening."
Tesseract Vault is a little bit of a hard place.
That's like
to
a
start.
3 square foot model.
Giant thing with like undercuts and effects and
Let's
I don't even want to
let's
paint
build
that
some
thing.
Push-Fit Warriors and see where we land.
Yeah.
If you ruin those, it's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Nihilak is really cool. I've seen a lot of people, like the only Necrons I've played against in person.
Paint. I mean,
them.
little teal on the shoulders.
Yeah,
and
it makes them stand out. That's why the ones I painted are Saltec, which is Emotech the Stormlord. It's the old standard, the silver and green.
pour one out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we wrap this up, anything else you want to chat about real quick? Any hobby tips or advice or any things? I don't have any tirades to go on this time around.
I don't think I do either, other than heretics suck.
Yeah. Just wait till the siege, man.
I'm loyalist and proud. I'm
That's kind
glad
of where I
picked.
was the whole series.
It's like you guys are
until-
picking. Oh,
Something about the World Eater's perspective.
at least they have a reason.
I don't know what book it was, but one of the books, it's like they find Angron and it's all the captains are going in to try to convince him. I think I talked about this last time we did a heresy thing. It's like, Captain A walks in and just gets like crumpled and thrown out as a body. And like he just keeps killing captains because he doesn't. And Karn was the only one that he didn't just murder on sight.
Wow.
And so Karn had his respect and all the and that's why he was like the chosen Karn,
That's cool.
Very cool.
But yeah, other than that, it's like, I'm going to take short-term boost in power for eternal damnation and betrayal of everyone I know and love.
You gotta live in the moment, man. You don't have to worry about forever. Right now, we're talking about right now.
Sorry, I think long-term, I guess that's the Imperial Fist in me.
I'm kind of a planner.
Yeah, but no, man, I'm good to wrap it up if you are.
Well, this has been episode 15 of Webway Radio. I'm Kurt.
I'm Martin.
And we'll talk to you next time.
Catch you later.